All right, folks. Looks like we're going to have Mr. Kevin Clark, the extraordinary. Well, I'm tongue-tied right now. Whatever it is, he's a great commentator. He's coming back into the booth, and he is on board with us right now. Welcome back there, Kevin. Thank you.
I just had to run over to introduce myself to Danny Harriman, and also I um, I was asked by a friend of mine back home, Lester Smolowitz, to give a little, I don't know if you want to call it speech, but just to give him a little insight on what Lester had to say about Danny when he met him in the Maryland Straight Pull tournament, and he heard that Danny Harriman was sick,
Yes. Yeah.
and it seems like he's doing a lot better. So Lester wanted me to give Danny a shout out because he was really interested about his well-being.
Cool. Yes. He's definitely doing a million times better. He actually was in a coma and pulled through it. He thought it was the flu. I found out he ate in some restaurant. It was like a cheap buffet, and he believes he got sick from there, either the water or some of the food. And from there on in, it just went downhill from him. His body started to shut down. We're all glad Danny's back. I
Yes.
remember it on social media. Everybody was wishing him well. So nice seeing Danny back on the circuit. Warren Kiamco up at the table.
This will be a good match. It played a perfect opening safe there.
Well, folks, you know what? I got to throw this up on the screen right there on your monitors at home. That's FA Clothing Line, Brian Russell. Those are the official shirts for the 14.1 Worlds. They're only available online. Go to faclothingcompany.com. We also would like to thank Charlie Williams and Cindy Lee of Dragon Promotions. Manny, of course, and George and Anna, the whole crew here. They're also members of the 141 Club. Some of these names are hard for me to pronounce, but I'm going to go down the list. Greg Hunt of Amsterdam Billiard Club. Uh, Kevin probably knows them better than I do. Jim Gauthier, Virginia Greenleaf Ballroom. Dr. James Heller, out in New Jersey, of course. The ace from outer space, Ed Dowie from Sandcastles out in Edison, New Jersey. And Tony Robles of NAPL League. Randy Hansen and James Landrum of Big Dog Billiards. And we got plenty more to go. There's a whole list.
This is going to be a great match. I don't know if that 14 looks good or not. Warren's not even looking at it. Gonna nip the 8 or 13 and come 2 rails to the top. Like that. And it might even look better. Looks like it's hitting a short rail though. Yes.
Boy, it looks close, though.
Yeah. It's amazing, like I was talking about the
He
balls in the
he
last.
called it.
Okay.
He
The-
called the 14.
The balls in the last match I was talking about. Um, the difference, even in the same company, as far as different models that they have out there, each ball throws, meaning when you hit the cue, when their balls are frozen, you hit the opposite side, it's going to push in the other direction. Now these balls has a tendency not to push as much, so it's hard to get used to it when you're not playing with the same equipment all the time.
You know,
14 in the
one of
corner.
my sponsors is Aramith. And
That's what I have at my place. They're super.
not for nothing. I swear by them. You know, Not only that, because they're a sponsor, but like you mentioned, and to be on the fair side, I really never shot any of the Cyclop balls at all. But Aramis been around for forever. Centennials, been around forever. But
Yeah, I have the. I actually I purchased 16 sets of the Aramith TV Pro series, which are super.
and not only that, the Aramis three cushion balls too.
15 inside and just push that 313 down. Of the 410 or 8 next.
Maybe we'll get Larry Ross. He might sit in for a little while. And I just got to step out for a second. I got to step out for a second. You can sit in for a little while. Okay, Larry's going to sit in for a little while. You can actually sit here, Larry, until I come back. And you know Kevin, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Okay, he's gonna, I believe, shoot the 9 in the side. Unless he has something else. Yeah, 9 in the side and probably just draw back a little bit. Oh, the 2. Just go up and down table of the 8 or 4 next. So he has a lot of outlets. Safety valves to play here. I'm going to shoot the 3 next. There you go. Mr. Upstate Al stepping out for a minute. And Larry is stepping in. Okay, I like him shooting the 6 here and just going up and tapping the 13. I believe he would have the 7 or the 12 to the opposite corner.
Morning, Kevin. Morning, everybody.
Hello, Larry. How are you, sir?
Okay. Good to be on this side of the grass for another day.
I like him pushing the 1 up here for the break and having the 7 next in the opposite corner.
Yeah.
Very good. Now, if he gets rid of that 8 and the 4, everything should be pretty good from there on out. You see, I like coming up a little higher and get rid of the 8 and then come back up in between the 13-4. Because now he's going to have a little problem if he draws back for the 8. He's going to have to go 2 rails with the cue ball for the 13 so he can use the 9 for the break. Little high left-hand English, 1 rail straight up for the 13 in the same corner.
Which one you like?
He's going to shoot. He's going to end. He wanted to get straight on the 13, or is that the 11? I'm sorry. It's the 13,
Yeah.
I believe. And then the 9 on the side. But he's got a little angle, so he's got to once again hit it with high left-hand English and come for the 9 on the side. Just
Well.
like that. Oh, overhit it. He'll be okay.
Oh, yeah, you think so? The one over hit this one, though.
Good shot.
It's a little, I imagine it's a little tough for these guys playing early in the day, for most pool players, right?
Yeah, I played max on the first day at 10:30,
Oh,
and I fell on my face. I 1 miss, 2 miss, 3 bad safe. So it was one of those rough 10:30 matches for me. But I made it through into Thursday, so I'm happy with the outcome after that. Like I originally said, I got out of the mud on the last match. I ran 84 and out.
well, that gave you the ball count,
Yes.
good ball count.
Yeah.
Right? That was it.
Yeah, I played Mr. Sean Morgan, which is a real fine or great pool player and a better person.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, very nice guy. But
Alaska is
for some reason,
real good guy.
I had 2 Coors Lights and a margarita, and I played better than I played all week.
Oh, my goodness.
I ran 84 and out. I guess the mind was cleared up a little bit.
The last alcohol I had was about almost 40 years ago.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, I think he has the 15 ball here. Unless he has the 2. If he has the 2, I believe he shoots the 2 in the corner, but I'm not sure if it's covered up by the 3.
And thanks, Larry. Gee whiz.
No
And
problem now. No problem.
Our captain is back.
Yeah. Just getting my solo license now.
Nope.
All right. You're on, Larry.
All
we hear
right.
you. We hear you. You're alive. You're
I'm
not going
alive.
nowhere.
I don't know if I'm alive,
Hey,
but
listen,
I'm here.
Larry's been dying for 30 years, and he's still here. God doesn't want him. Trust me. There's something between him and God.
Well, that's all part of.
There he is right here, folks. The legendary Larry Ross. You see him all over, and there's Kevin Clark right there with the glasses.
Larry, I met Larry like 2-3 years ago. I'm not sure if it was at a tournament or here at Steinway. And he's one of the better gentlemen I ever met in pool world. Very nice
Thanks,
person.
Kev. You are also.
Be careful with Larry. He'll take your eyes out of your
No,
head.
that's why we're trying to do something down the
Yeah.
road.
You see?
If we can.
That's right. Very nice person.
Yeah, he is. He is. Puts a lot of people in the box.
What's the name of your new room?
You could mention it on
Pro
the air.
Shot Billiards.
Pro Shot, yeah.
Pro Shot. Pro, P-R-O-S-H-O-2.
S-H-O-T.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can mention it on the air.
And if you're ever up in the Pennsylvania area, Kevin has a beautiful new room up there called Pro Shot Billiards, and I'm sure he makes everybody comfortable when they come in. I'm
And-
sure he
Well,
does.
thank you very much.
And besides that, keep an eye on the social media, because Kevin does stream out of his room when he's got something going on. He's always up for a challenge to keep himself in dead punch or for good practice. And keep an eye on social media.
My famous thing I state all the time is I'm willing to play anyone based on their past history. I'm looking for gentlemen in the game to a friendly bet and
Right.
just to have a great time. But I always say, based on how you are in life, is based on
Yeah.
if you get played. Not based on if you're a good pool player and better than me. It's based on your demeanor and your actions while you play.
Well,
I like that because
I
you know
like
what?
it, but I also say you might have to look sometimes far and wide to find what you're looking for.
That's okay though,
It is,
because
right.
like 10 years ago when I finally seen the light in life,
Right.
I grew up and tried to become a better person and player.
Exactly, and if you're gonna, you're putting a challenge out there, and you're not he's not putting a challenge out there to make a living on it. He's putting a challenge
Right.
out there because he loves the game and he wants good
Of
practice.
course.
That's
So
all.
why have somebody come in that's real ornery, go off the wall?
Banging the stick.
Yeah, who needs that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Plus, he's a great player on top of it,
Thank you.
right? Which you are, really.
I remember many, many moons ago, and I don't want to say many, many, many moons ago, but many, many moons ago, down at Super Billiards Expo, before I actually knew Kevin. Kevin used to get, of course, in the arena or any kind of arena down at Super Billiards Expo. Everybody got into the action. It was either the breaker or the racker. And anytime I heard Kevin going to get in the box, he didn't know it, but I was betting on the side.
I think we did pretty good.
Yes, we did.
Okay. We'll get back to the game here.
What are we looking at now?
I think the only thing he could shoot the 13 very tough jacked up over the 6. Just gonna pocket the 4, and then he has 4 outlet balls from there. Just got to make the 4. I just went to Mr. James Rempe's home about 4 months ago,
Go
And he-
fishing? Oh,
and
that
no.
was in the winter.
and
Yeah.
he gave me a good tip on something in the pool world.
Are
So
you
you
going
just
to
have a-
share it, or are you going to keep us in suspense?
probably suspense, because the one thing I do, if somebody tells me something, I'll take it to my grave.
Oh, okay. So he told you not to say anything about it,
Yes.
but yet you'll only let out a quarter of it.
A quarter of it. So if you guys want to know, he's still one of the best players that ever walked this earth.
Yeah.
He's still his knowledge is scary. He showed me 2 things that made my toenails curl.
You know, I always said that Jim was the best mechanic to get in and out of the
Yeah,
rack.
yeah.
Yeah, he's super knowledgeable. Okay, he's going to get rid of the 13 here, and then I believe the 6 is going to be the break shot. So he's got to clear up the 11, or 15, sorry, and then the 7 ball next. He's going to come in between the 9 and 6 to get rid of the 6 in the same corner as the 7. See, I like here, I like 7, 9, 8, 2 on the side.
Let me ask you something, Kev.
Yes, sir.
Since you're a pretty good mechanic in this game, in most games, when you see a layout, is it similar when you're playing 9 ball, 10 ball, which is much easier to connect the dots and get where you want to go? But do you get a lot of repetition?
No, in between 9 and 10 ball and straight pull,
And the-
it's totally different as far as pattern play, based on angles. I think you got it. I mean, it's somewhat close to it, but the problem is you have to, in straight pull, 1 inch is like,
Oh, yeah.
a-
I'm aware of all that.
It's like-
I-
yeah, it's
I
like 100
understand
yards,
the
but-
game, right.
yes. They're both similar. Like, see, he draws here a little bit out of line. So, like, if you're playing 9 ball here,
It doesn't
would-
make much difference.
right, he would just shoot the 8 if the 8 was the next, and then just
Right,
come 3
right.
rails for the 2, where he got a little out of line. Now he has to abort mission and change his plan. But once again, in straight pull, like Larry was mentioning, you have a lot of choices. So there's never a set way. Somebody says, well, why'd you play the pattern like that? There's not really a
Yeah.
engraved pattern, because a lot of people see it different.
Well, that's the whole point. We're in a game of 9 ball, 10 ball. Usually,
One rail straight up table. Oh, he just got a little careless.
You playing how many years, kid? I mean, really.
Like when I first started playing, just trying to, I'm not talking about playing competition or anything
Yeah,
like that,
just-
but just started. 28 years ago.
28 years.
I'm 43.
All right. So you were at the kind of inception of the Simonis cloth.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I wonder how a lot of these champions would do if they were playing on a directional mallee,
And that's well said.
because you don't need too much of a stroke for the game with the Andy or Simonis. I'll mention it, but with the Andy Simonis champion, but
The older Malley Club.
yeah, whole different world,
Yeah.
different world.
And that's one of the best points I've heard, because that is like the talk out there. If you put slower Malley cloth on, that a lot of the players you see today that are incredible champions
Don't have the real stroke for it, or
will
be able to hold it.
will struggle up and down the table all day, all night. And that's what Rempe said too.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, so that was one of the best points that I heard all week, and that's very 100% true. Well, he came back into the pile, loosened him up a little bit, but once again, when he shot that 8 ball and he nipped the 6, it just put him in a tough spot. This guy's a great player. He's from Croatia.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think he was trying to nip the 15 there and go 2 rails to the top. I was making a joke with Mr. Putnik yesterday.
Yeah.
He was saying that in all the games, he's probably the best in Croatia. I said, yeah, there's only 6 people over there. So 1 out of 6 ain't bad. But he's a very nice gentleman.
And of course, I remember being originally from New York. I remember years back how many 100-ball runners we had here, like in one room. Many, many. What do you see here? 3 off the 15?
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's going to do here. It's tough to,
Yeah,
good
that's-
shot. Might get dead. Nope. Thought he was going to get a roll there and get dead.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Putnik is on a scratch, so he can roll down table here, take an intentional foul.
Yeah. And pool itself, regardless of the game, has lost a lot of its spokespeople, good or bad. How does that one look?
He might shoot it off the 5. See, even though Mr. Putnik was on a scratch there,
Yeah.
I don't like playing the safe off the ball and going down table, because anything can happen. Anything can line up, as you can see. If this is on, Warren costs himself maybe the match. I just like taking the intentional foul and just rolling it down. Or why disturb something that won't go? But now he made an option where he can come up with a shot here and maybe make it.
Maybe.
Playing the 5 ball or playing the 1 off the 5?
One
Playing the
off
one
the
off the
5.
five.
How about the 5 ball off the 10?
Yeah, but I think
No.
the 4 is frozen to the 1.
Oh, okay.
But what I was saying is, why disturb something that can't go?
Yeah, you got a good point. Absolutely.
Just push it down table.
Yeah.
Force something to happen. Like if the 1 rolled a hair more, it might be perfect.
He's trying to nip
Playing
this,
safe.
nip
Yeah,
this a little.
He's going to trap him on the 9. Oh no, he's going to nip it.
Nip it.
That's not good. He got lucky there.
Yeah.
Well, we
He
don't
did
know
get
yet.
lucky.
Yeah.
We don't
lucky
know yet.
going in the hole.
Yeah.
Right.
But he did loosen up to 14. That cue ball doesn't go in. Warren's got a 14 ball shot. So that was risky. But now Warren might look at the 1 ball. And with the experience that he has,
They
might see it a little bit different.
That's why I never like touching the stack and going up table, because you don't know what can happen. Mike Siegel told me one time he never plays safe up table.
It's a good point.
Because
Because you're going to loosen something up, you're going to disturb something, you might leave something dead. Yeah,
Yes,
right.
sir.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Whenever you have the opportunity, stay on the bottom.
See, I'm learning. And not only stay on the bottom, if it's possible at all, just to nick a ball and stay on the bottom without disturbing it too much. Or like you said, just take the intentional and
Yes.
roll it up. Don't disturb anything.
Feels so good to have the day off today. I played all my matches in 2 days.
Yeah, terrific. I'm just looking at Earl here. He's got a match, 1 match
What time?
today. I think it's 3. Hold on.
Well, we don't have him scheduled for the
No,
the
it's
live
all
stream.
right. Hold
table.
on. He's here. Here. He's playing
Lipsky.
Gene at 3 o'clock.
Sorry.
Lipsky. That's all right. Gene used to play better than he plays. He works now. He has a full-time job. So he's got a family. He's got a child. Life changes.
Yeah, that'll do it. Before 8 years ago, when I opened my room, I was working a 9 to 5,
Yeah.
and then trying to play when I can. It's super tough.
Very
Raising my daughter, and
Very, very hard.
I mentioned it before. I'm thrilled. I have 4 or 5 people coming down for the banquet dinner from my homeroom tonight.
Nice. Actually, I would have gone. I was at the banquet last year, but unfortunately, I won't say unfortunately, I have somebody coming for dinner at home. So, which I have to be there, or else I'll be sleeping not in the bed next to my wife.
You'll be sleeping on the porch. Very good shot there. Okay, I like shooting the 1 here in the corner and just coming over and tapping the 2-7 so he has the 10 next.
Is his first name James? The one that's playing Apple?
Not sure. I just say Mr. Landon.
Kevin is number 7. All right, get back on. I'll be right back.
Damn, drive me crazy.
Just there you go.
I just got a text from a friend of mine who's a deacon down in Monroe, North Carolina,
Nice.
from New York. Joe, hope everything's going well for you, and I hope you're still playing a little pool. Be good. Miss you up here.
Very nice. You get rid of this 10 and then the 14 in the opposite corner, I believe. Or he might go out for the 8. Oh, he's going all the way out. And there's a couple options here. You can go one rail and tap the 5 and have the 7 next. Or you can come back for the rail ball, which is the 12, and then play the 7 and knock the 13, 11 out. A little too hard there. Follow 2 rails for the 5, 13 or 5 or 13 next. Perfect. Just going to shoot this 11 in the corner and just nip the, or the 13, sorry. Just tap the 11 out and you'll have the 5 next in the corner. Oh no, he's shooting a 5. I think he felt good on a 13. I like getting rid of that 13 now. Because you're trying to roll back, see? That's why I like getting rid of the 13 there.
Yeah.
Get rid of the 13, tap the 11 up by the 9. You keep the 11 for the break shot, and then shoot the 5. Why do you want to come back to a position you just left when you already have it?
And at the same time, knowing this room well, which I do, when the weather gets like this outside, everything's going to swell a little bit
And stick.
and stick.
What
And
Larry
there's a-
means is right now we have some humidity outside. It rained and then stopped. That's what
Not
he's
some
talking about.
humidity,
Yeah, it's
mucho,
very- yeah.
mucho.
And for those of you that didn't know Mr. Putnik, he's playing Warren Kiamco. He's holding his own here. Just gives you an idea of the caliber of play he has.
Yeah, he's a great player. But like I said there, he fell good on the 13-11, which are 2
Yeah.
balls that are tied up. Shoot the 13, tap the 11 out. You have the 5 in the opposite corner. He shoots away the 5 to go back in the same position he originally had on the 13. And he tied himself up.
I don't know. There was a little bit of a discussion there. I don't know what it was.
Well, they were
about.
talking about the score. I think Warren. See, a lot of the players put the score up as they're going.
Yeah.
Which is not a good idea.
No, because it's much easier to do it.
Yeah, keep it in the paper or on the
Right,
beads and then
right.
transfer it to the cards.
Right.
There was a match I seen yesterday. 2 guys.
Yeah.
They shook hands twice and the match wasn't over yet. The match took, my buddy was timing it, was just for kicks.
Yeah.
It took 2 hours and 57 minutes because they didn't know the score. Then they had not an argument, discussion about the score. And I said, guys, keep them on the beads and then transfer over. Okay, he has 2 options here. He can either shoot the 9, come 2 rails for the 2, or shoot the 13 and then go up for the 4. I'm sorry, I get the 2 and 4 screwed up.
No, it's funny. If you look at this screen, smaller,
Would you leave that alone?
leave it alone.
Larry's always.
No, I didn't say
He's
it.
a critic. He's a critic.
No, you see it better, the colors.
Yes. Well, you know, the lights over the table
Sure,
have a lot
sure.
to do with that. Because the live stream that Al puts on, you have to have a little bit stronger lighting, so that's my fault looking at the wrong color.
No, not really.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you.
Yes.
100%.
That is his fault for looking
Yes.
at the wrong.
It's Manny's fault. Let's blame it on somebody.
Because once again, like I originally said twice, if you came here and seen Mr. Upstate Al set up, you can only wish that you can have something like this. This is beautiful setup.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Very professional.
And I want to get up to your room and not only do a live stream at it if possible, but give you some pointers and hook you up with,
Beautiful.
you know, something really HD. And since you noticed the correction of the lighting, we'll make sure we have it properly done.
Yes.
You know, it's really kind of tough. You know, I set up lighting in a couple of pool rooms already, and you know, it's basically like a $350 bill or $400 bill.
Right.
And,
the right lighting.
Right, Castle Billiards out there in Rutherford, New Jersey. I purchased the right lighting, and they loved it so much they wanted to keep it, so they kept it and they paid me for the lighting.
Good.
Right.
But the labor that wasn't included, so I didn't get paid for labor. But it's all good. But it's beautiful. I'll tell you, when you see what I did, how I set it up.
By the way, did they ever fix their heating and air conditioning system?
Yeah.
Put all new
They're
in?
actually looking for another location, which is a lot bigger. They have their eyeball on something with a huge parking lot, which is strong.
Yeah, but
You
it
need
isn't.
that.
It's not that so much as that.
It's 5 minutes away.
If in the wintertime you're running anything and there's a
Yeah.
giant football game or a jet game, the traffic's horrendous around that area.
Depending on what time, like anything else, what time you leave. As we're going to take a look at the score right now, because they were putting it on the cards, and as explained, it's better to keep it on the beads and then transfer it over once the rack is done.
Yes.
And you can see.
33-7, Mr. Putnik.
There you go. Let's go back to Warren Kiamco.
Yeah,
He's
back on.
about to break.
I like hitting this with just a low ball and coming off the 15 back to the center of the table. He caught under the ball, which pushed him to the side rail, but that's perfect.
And I will tell you this, off the record, Warren's not feeling well. I spoke with him when he got back from his trip. He wasn't feeling well at all. He doesn't look well either.
Well, you wouldn't have known it last night.
No, but he doesn't
I
really.
think he ran 100 and
Yeah.
out, didn't he?
Well,
Or-
that doesn't mean anything, you know.
Well, he's listen. Feeling well and running balls is two different animals. I understand that.
Always tell the story, John. Years ago, you know, I backed Perica for like 28 years. All the gambling and well, without going into that. Well, he calls me and says to me, "Hey, there's a kid coming," he said. "He's a great player. He's going to be better. He's playing in a tournament in Virginia." And it was a big room there. I forget, he's not there, the owner anymore. But it was a big room, big restaurant, big room. And Billy Stevens, did you know Billy?
No.
Right, Billy Stevens was his room. He had a problem with his wife anyway. Whatever it was done. But Warren was the boy coming over. I went down there with Mizrak, and Warren's first draw was Earl. Earl had just finished an interview for the local TV. Warren. And Earl said, "Who are these people? I don't even know. You know, I don't know names. I don't know who they are. I don't know what they do." But no, he played beautifully even then. I mean, his game has got better over the years. But he was a young boy then.
I played Warren at the Allen Hopkins 10-ball tournament. I was undefeated going into the final 16, and I played Warren, and I was playing good. I played perfect pool, and Warren still beat me 10-8.
Yeah.
It was a great match, but he played perfect. I missed one ball. He missed 0 balls.
Another gentleman player like yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
You're welcome.
Never say anything to anybody. Never, you know.
Guys, I just want to let you know what match is coming up at 1:30. Darren Appleton versus James Landrum. Coming up at 1:30 or somewhere around that area, depending on how long this match takes. Right now in this match, the official score without the run right now is 33-7 in favor of Mr. Putnik.
I've been here the whole time, but I haven't seen that young boy that they say.
We saw him yesterday.
I didn't.
Joshua Filler,
I didn't see him.
#1 junior in Europe.
Yeah.
He's supposed to play faster than Jason Shaw, and he did beat Tony Robles.
Yeah.
Tony, well,
He beat Tony.
Tony made 3 errors, and that was more than enough to let Mr. Joshua take that away. But I would like to see him play 10 ball or 9 ball. I mean, they say he plays faster than Jason Shaw. I mean, we might have to slow the video down just to watch the match.
Mm-hmm.
But he did get out. He shoots well, and he knows the game of straight pull as far as Mike Fingers is concerned, who happens to be in the listening audience right now, and Tom Carabastos, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's a pretty great shot. I mean, that was. You got to pick his poison here carefully, though.
He's got to get rid of the 15. The 15 is the trouble ball here.
Yeah.
But once again, the 15 pushes him into the 4, which he ain't going to shoot that if that's the case. If he don't play the 15, I believe he's going to shoot the 2 and then use the 14 to break them 2 balls on the rail.
Unless he goes, well,
Yeah.
got to be careful, though, here. And break him in.
Yeah, he wanted to get a little bit more straight so you can actually pull into the 13 because he's going to hit the 5 now.
Yeah, so you got to be careful. Your left, well, he's got a safe ball out there, the 6. That's what happened.
Yep.
Now he's got to shoot something.
Well, he got lucky there. He's going to use the 13 as the break, I think. Now he's going to pocket this 15. He's going to tap the 4 and have the 6 or the 4 next, and then connect with the 5. See, I see that a lot better than shooting this 6 cross table. It's a super hard shot. Just shoot the 4, 15. Shoot the 4, shoot the 6, and then the 5. Why do you want to back cut that cross table like that? But he's so adamant about keeping that 2 ball.
Sorry, guys.
All right, guys, just want to let you know that we do have another gentleman in the booth. Let's see if we can get his face on camera. You recognize him from the match prior to this one, I believe. Jude Rosenstock sitting right there.
How you doing, sir?
That was a fun match.
Jude, do you know Kevin Clough?
Yeah, actually, we did commentary on a match last year.
Okay.
Yes.
And you know Larry Ross, the legend?
Of course, of course.
Okay.
How you doing?
There you go. Okay, Warren Kiamco is leading here. What is the score right there? 33-7.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Without this,
Yeah, it's going to be 33-21 after he pockets this.
I mean, Putnik is leading.
Yeah, he hit that real nice.
Would you consider that a little too far, or is that just about right?
Yeah, it's a little too far.
Okay, me, Jude, when it comes to straight pool,
But
I'm lost.
He's got
That's why it's good having you
he's got to
guys on.
drive that ball into the pack a little bit here.
Yeah, you
I
can
mean-
you can use follow here and avoid the scratch. It's not that difficult. The only thing is it's making the ball. You know, you're going to have a bit of a wild cue ball, but I mean, I like these shots personally.
I like less angle. This way you can control the cue ball. On this shot, you really can't control it. You just got to cut it and hit it with high ball, like Jude said. You should be okay. I don't think he's going to hit this hard. He's going to make the ball
Yeah.
and follow through.
So give us a little bit of insight into your match, if you want to talk about it. You played Johnny Archer, and he defeated you by a score of 100-10.
100-10. Yes.
You made I think I seen you make 3 or 4 errors.
Yeah, I started off with a really bad position. I had a hanger on the side pocket.
That's always the problem. But
Yeah.
he's all right there.
Yeah, go ahead.
I had a
Jude,
hanger in the
go
side
ahead, Jude.
pocket, and I tried to to just draw an inch or two off the rail, so I wasn't on the rail, and I ended up leaving myself dead straight on it. And then,
Yes, that first break
Yeah.
shot, yes. Then you left
and there were a couple of others. I had a couple of unfortunate rolls too, but I never got a feel for the table.
Was there an intimidation factor? Because, first of all, you're playing Johnny Archer. Now, I know you know him for years.
That's
Plus
my
being-
first time playing him.
But you do know him. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
like he's a secret.
Yeah.
And plus, we'd be playing on the live stream. Was there any kind of intimidation factor, or was it just, you just weren't on?
I would say it's just a matter of like I didn't get an opportunity to shoot much. I never felt comfortable, and I don't think it was the live stream per se. It was just Johnny being Johnny, and never actually getting a chance to feel warm at the table.
So basically, you didn't show up.
Yeah.
All right, that's acceptable. Go ahead, Larry. Sorry to cut you short.
No,
Go right
no,
ahead.
that's all right.
Well,
I find sometimes it is a little intimidating. Not so much who you're playing, because you come here to play everybody,
Yeah.
but with everybody around, and some people talking and some this and some that,
Yeah.
it's got to get a little bit to you.
Not
if
to
you-
say that it can't,
if you're not used to
but
it.
today it didn't. That wasn't my excuse.
Okay.
If anything, the only thing that I think bothered me a little bit was the table plays a little quicker than the other ones. Probably because of the lights. It keeps everything a little bit warmer.
You know what we used to say when we heard people talk like that? Would you like some cheese? I'm only busted on it. We have kind of a good time in the booth while we're here.
yeah.
Kind of passes the time.
That's quite all right. 100 to 10, I deserve it.
Nah, hey, look, I talked to you off Mike already, and you know as well as I know, you can put Warren Kiamco and Johnny Archer together, and it could be 100-0 in favor of one or the other. So,
Absolutely.
it's just part of the game.
I was joking with the guys before. I was like, I'm going to start the match off with 4 scratches just so I can put myself in position to get the high run.
yeah.
Johnny never let me do it. That's why it just didn't go my way.
Well, Shane Van Boning beat Tom Carabassos last night 100-0, and Tom walked over to him and said, you should have let me shoot. You might have learned something.
And Earl beat the doctor. Very nice guy, a surgeon. Beat the doctor here.
Dr. Fedak?
No.
No.
Another doctor.
Oh, okay.
And who contributes, by the way,
Yes.
toward the prize fund
Okay.
also. He beat him 100 zip also. So,
Oh, yeah.
right.
Yeah, these things happen. I mean,
You got Dr. James Heller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice man. I spent
Also
15
Dr. Gregory.
minutes discussing my ailments with him, since he's a thoracic surgeon and has opened many a chest. So,
How do you pronounce Dr. Gregory's last name? Dehai? Dehai? Anybody know?
Who?
D-I-E-H-I or H-L. Is that H-L?
that's Deal.
Oh,
Deal.
that's an L. Okay. So was it him, Dr.
No,
Gregory
no.
Deal? It was the other one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dr.
There's a
Heller.
few doctors on this list right here, and we want to thank everybody for actually supporting this event. Thank you.
this is an interesting layout
Dr.
here.
Heller.
He's got to
Dr.
open
Heller,
this
yeah.
up soon.
He's down there, too.
I mean, he's got that 6 ball, and the 13 will get him on the 6. Yep, just like that. And this is a nice one too, because he can probably break this out, and he's going to have the 8 balls insurance. It should be insurance at least.
Yeah, I like coming into the 3 here. Stay on the high side of the rack. Don't go to the rail.
Oh,
He's all
he
right.
got away with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he got away.
Hit a little harder than I expected
Yeah.
there.
And this is laying out real nice for him. He's got the, which ball is that? Is that the 5? The 5
Yeah.
serves as a break shot.
Well, if he jacks up a little bit here, just a little bit, just
Yeah.
elevate a little bit, he can just touch the 3, and the 8 becomes a break shot also.
Absolutely,
And he
yep.
has the 9 for the outlet in the opposite corner.
In fact, I think he's probably going to do that.
There he
yeah.
goes.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Exactly as you said.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Kevin's been batting 100, I
Yeah.
guess. He hasn't missed from here yet.
I'm
So-
right. I'm right once in a while. That's it.
No,
And the good news
Ever
is
since you stepped in.
the 8's now a better break ball.
Yes, the 5 is a little high.
Yeah. Yeah, this
I
is.
think he's going to go up for the 2 there. I would have liked to remove the 5 and 10.
Yeah,
just
hit
leave
it a little
one
bit
on.
firmer and get up there. Yeah.
What would be the key ball?
Well, he's gonna end up, looks like 2-9, 5-10, but I'm not sure what he's gonna do here as far as key ball here. I would not save them 2 right there for last.
I agree.
think following, what is that, the 10 ball or the 15?
10.
I think following the 10 into the side pocket would probably be the key ball, yeah.
It's a little tricky when it's that far away. If you don't get dead straight on it, you can find yourself really going up table or going the wrong way. He's probably going to follow and play the 10 in the corner, and that's my guess.
I think, Warren, I don't know.
Go ahead, Larry, put your input in before you
Well,
shoot.
I
Don't
think
be
he
right all the time.
I was going to say shoots the
No,
5 and
he's-
moves the 10.
No, 5 in the side, 10 in the opposite corner by the 8. There you go.
With the right angle. Now,
Yep.
do you go to the rail and come back out?
Yeah, always go to the rail. Never try to land on the spot you want to. Use the rail for the position.
Mrs. Appleton, Darren's mom. Boy, the whole family's around.
Good call there.
Beautiful thing. Sorry, Dad.
And now he's dead perfect.
Score is 33-35. Mr. Kiamco. He's going to hit a high ball and just come through to 4-6. There you go. You just shoot this 15 in the corner and just nudge out the 12. You have the 9 in the same corner.
See, I think he got like one more roll than he wanted.
Yes.
Would have been nice if he had that angle.
And actually the 12 covered up the 14-2 from this pocket over here.
Follow up and play one up. Play one of them up in the upper left-hand corner. Or, gee, what number are you, Kev? You just blew my eardrums out. Wow. Give us a warning. The thumbs up or something.
I'm sorry. I took
I'm
my
glad
head.
I'm glad I'm a little deaf.
I took the headset off.
Well, now you're a lot more.
Well, he definitely has his
What'd you
options
say?
here.
I took my headset off.
I can't hear you.
I put it to the left, and I covered my mouth and coughed to the right. But
They're very
Sorry.
sensitive. They're very sensitive headsets.
very sensitive headsets, and also I blew Al's eardrum. Sorry.
Huh?
I told Al in the last match. I don't know if it's from me putting the air conditioning on at 50 in the hotel room or not, but that's what I think it's from.
Could be.
There was ice on the windows this morning.
Yeah, you like it the way I do.
So do
I have
I.
to
I love
sleep.
it.
I have to sleep frozen.
Well, I heat my water better, keep it like 70 degrees, and then I get the room really ice cold, and I use a quilt, you know,
Yeah.
comfy. I wake up, you touch my nose.
My
it's
wife
like
has
the
to wear
wintertime.
so much clothes at night. I forgot what she looks like.
You know, you get that from your cousin a lot, Roddy Dangerfield.
Yeah, I like.
He's in good shape here. Does that 13 go?
Well, I think he's gonna shoot the 12 here, come one rail, and then use the 14 to come into the high side of the 11.
Is the 3 frozen to the 7? Can you see?
Yeah, there
Yeah.
he goes.
It is. All right.
No, he wants to hit the top side of the 11, because if not, sometimes you get stuck on the bottom rail there.
Yeah,
you
he's
see?
looking at it. Yep.
And then the cue ball should push through the 1-5 also after he does this.
Cause a little more havoc there,
Yeah.
putting 11 and 13 married once again. And he's got a long stretch on this 10 ball. Is that the 10 ball there?
Yeah.
Yes.
He has no choice. He's going to have to shoot that ball.
Well, he might also have the 1. I don't know if there's any future in the 1, but
Well, you know, the closer
Yeah.
they are, the
Yeah, I think he's going to shoot the 10 and just go to the rail, shoot the 3 in the upper corner, and then use the 5 to break him.
How comfortable does he look right now? Pretty comfortable.
Oh, there you
And that's a key, folks. For you guys and girls that are out there watching this, you have youngsters laying around or watching this, whatever the case may be, up-and-coming players. That's the way to get comfortable on a shot. Put your leg on the table, keep one foot on the floor like you're going out whale watching.
Well,
It's the hardest part about straight pool.
most of them are close to double jointed anyway.
Very flexible.
No, they are really. I mean, I know them all.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, but in straight pool, these sort of shots come up all the time.
All right.
You know, the air bridge is only used in straight pool. Ooh.
You know, watching Alex and through the years and Santos, like you said,
Yeah.
a lot of the Filipino players, of course, we've seen them shoot with a bridge occasionally, but most of the time they'll go right behind that back and
Right.
flex over, and looks like you can put them in a shoebox. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't believe Roberto Gomez is 39 years old. He looks like he's 17.
Yeah. He is.
You know, that's another thing about
These
their
balls
age.
are not laying out well for him. He's struggling to get a break shot here.
Trying to manufacture something.
Yeah.
What do you see there, Kev?
Could he come off the 3 if he gets to the rail with the cue below it? Can he come use the 7?
Let's see what.
I mean, what I like here, I'm not sure because like the angle. I like just shooting the 11 here because he has a little angle
No.
and pushing the 13 in the opposite corner by the hole.
right.
And now you have a break shot there right off the bat.
I like
just
that.
Shoot the 11
Yeah.
and just push the 13 towards the hole.
Pretty good. What do you see?
But
there, Jude?
I know he's not going to do that.
Jude, give us your input.
I like that idea. I
He's
mean,
going to come across table, I'm sorry, and hit the 11. Nope.
no.
Right again.
Well,
If
he's
the
not-
1 sits outside the rack, then maybe he can work with that.
Yeah.
That one is way outside.
Yeah,
the
he's
rack.
going to hit the 7 here. Inside English, go 1 rail and tap the 11. I believe.
Watch the manufacturing technique.
Oh, there it is.
There you
Oh, a little too hard.
Yeah.
It's okay
That's-
though.
yeah, that's
It's
good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
good.
not horrible.
He don't like it. You want to be a little bit closer.
Sure.
Either that or he doesn't like the shot now because the position that he's
No,
in.
it's just closer the break shot ends up towards the rail. The slower you got to hit it because so the ball accepts into the pocket.
Say that again.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
closer the 11. See, he wanted to push the 11, say maybe 4 or 5 inches from the rack line.
Right.
He pushed it 1.5 feet from the rack
Trouble.
line.
Oh, here it is. Yep.
So in saying that, if he was to shoot the 11, as he was going to keep for his break shot into this corner, you can hit it with the pace you would like if the 11 was more out to the center of the table. You have to hit it a little slower so the pocket accepts the ball.
Okay. Real crucial. By the way.
Super.
All right, what happened there? Warren Kiamco
Scratch.
comes
Just
up with a
the-
scratch. It's
you know,
funny how those
yeah.
pockets open up for a cue ball.
Pocket? No, these pockets swallow a lot of balls. I think they're just, I always say, I think they should be a 1/4 inch smaller.
I think Warren's telling them don't change the score until we're done with the rack or something.
But
He-
then, what do
here,
you do?
I
What do you
never
do with the ball bangers then?
I never
Mhm.
met. I've been at this tournament, and for some reason,
You know,
if there's 200 matches going on, 130 of them have an issue with counting the score.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I said yesterday there was a match that they shook hands twice on and
Yeah,
still wasn't
yeah.
over.
Wow.
No, I just don't understand it. Keep the score on the beads, and then transfer it to the cards. And don't change the cards in the middle of the rack.
Warren a little upset about changing the score like
And they
that.
did. They changed the score because it was
Yeah.
35-33. He
Well-
put up his score already.
You know, in all fairness, Putnik is fairly new, right, to the straight pool game.
Yes.
You wouldn't know it by the way he shoots, but he is. So we're going to give him a little leeway there, Warren, or else we're going to call the boys in with the limousine. You're going to hear the 4 doors close is the last
Yeah.
sound you're going to hear. All right. Let's get right over here. Warren Kiamco, Gentleman Jim. He looks like he's a little perturbed right now. That's all right. So, Larry, you were saying he doesn't feel too well.
He doesn't.
Well, what is it, stomach issue?
Yeah, his stomach. He always had a bad stomach. Always. I told him he ought to eat a little more rice. He says, no, he was over on Roosevelt Avenue. They had Filipino food.
I told Dennis to bring me some from there.
Yeah, they had a lot of Filipino restaurants over on Roosevelt Avenue here. And he says all the flying is finally getting to him.
So it's just the flying. It wasn't the food.
No, all the flying is finally getting.
So you think he's going to try and make that set up for the one on the side?
Yes.
It's going to get so tricky. Yeah.
Yeah, on that shot there, I like shooting the 1.
Yeah.
And then playing the 12 and coming 2 rails under the 11, because even though he landed pretty good on this,
It's real easy to
very easy. If
Yeah.
you come an inch or 2 higher, now you're running into the 11.
and an inch or 2 lower, and you're going all the way up table.
Good shot.
Yeah. Now this might be my favorite break shot.
See, even though this ball is a little closer to the rail, he has a big cut on it, so he's not gonna smash it. He's gonna make the ball and just hit it with a smooth stroke.
Now he's setting himself up rather well for a big run here.
What do you pocket? 1, 2, 3. It should be 36.
36.
And
I just want to
11.
give the viewers out there watching the actual live.
11
Changing
minus
of
1.
the cards.
That's right.
How are these guys doing in their group?
I believe when I was talking to Mr. Putnik yesterday, for Mr. Putnik to advance, he has to beat Warren. If he doesn't beat him, he's out.
Oh, wow.
Warren is automatically in, I believe.
I see.
But if Warren beats him by a substantial number, I think Warren ends up maybe winning his bracket. But Mr. Putnik has to win for him to advance. Watch 2 rails on the side here, or 1 rail on the side off the top of the stack.
Yeah.
Wow.
Off the 7, off the rail, he's going to
Wow.
become close to his hand. Oh, he hit it light. See there? See, it wants to travel back over there.
Tell you what, I like the spread.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's why it's my favorite break shot.
Beautiful.
Warren can relax a while now, I think.
And
Yeah.
if you guys out there in the viewing area, yeah, okay. Viewing the live stream, the next matchup is Darren Appleton and James Landrum coming up. It's supposed to take place at 1:30. If we run behind a little bit, enjoy, folks. But that's
It's
the
an
next-
early day anyway today. Correct with the dinner?
It's a short day.
Last
yeah.
match is 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go from pay-per-view. We're going to go over to free live stream for the banquet, the Hall of Fame induction. And I'm going to throw the link up right now. You can take a screenshot of it or write it down. It's Ustream. Oh, wait a minute. That is not the right link. Hold on, guys.
Yeah.
I stand corrected.
Earl's playing at 3 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah.
I have to. A friend of mine from back home that Earl knows very well when this gentleman used to play. His name is Lester Smolowitz. He made sure that I went up to Earl to tell him that Lester said hello once
Yeah.
again. Not too many people know him.
I know the name.
Yeah, even I went to Danny Harriman because Lester is a fine person, you know what I mean, in the pool world, and he's super knowledgeable. So whenever I bring his name up to Earl, he says, you know, that Lester was a killer in his day. He beat Earl in 1982 in a pool room in Wilkes-Barre, 28 ahead. He beat
Wow.
Earl.
Yeah.
when Earl was on the top of his game.
Tell you what, that's pretty good to have under your belt doing something like that.
I asked a person, he owns a pool room in Hazleton. His name is Ed Manashonik. And I said, you know, Ed, I think I'm playing pretty good now. I played Ed and I ran like 100 and some and out on him and 100 and some and out. And I said to him, and Ed has played John Schmidt, beat him.
Yeah.
Ed's a great player. Said, if I was to play Lester when he played in 1982 straight pool, 200-point game, and nobody knows this guy. I said, what would I need? He said Lester would have to give you 100 out of 200. That's how good he played.
Wow.
It's crazy. He beat Toby Sweet, 20 ahead, 9-ball.
By the way, Toby Sweet's hanging up at Diamond Gyms in
Well,
Nanuet.
he's living up here now. He
Yeah.
sold everything in Florida. He moved up. His daughter's up there. So
Yeah, I was talking about, you know, in 1982, that's when,
yeah, when
they
Toby
were
played.
they were
Right.
killers,
Yeah.
Earl and Toby.
Absolutely. I seen Toby. Boy, let's see, 17,
Toby used to play in my room all the time.
18, 19 years
Years
ago,
ago.
up at George the Greek's place, up in White Plains, New York. The one that he opened up. That was the last time I seen Toby just come cruising through.
Al, you might know this. Who was the speaker tonight that was a great player that's going to do the introduction for Alan? He's coming. He was a great player, straight pull player.
The
I had-
speaker tonight?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I had the name and I can't remember it.
What?
The speaker for Alan tonight.
I haven't seen. Is there a roster on it? Who's actually going to speak or anything like that?
I was told who it was, and now I knew the name and I can't remember.
I
now.
didn't get wind of it at
Okay.
all.
Well, I was gonna finish the story
Yeah.
about Lester when he played, and I can't remember the guy's name now. Great shot there. He's just gonna
Absolutely perfect.
yeah, just gonna roll this 12 ball in
Want to move up? Just watch the
about
wires.
a foot ahead, and he should be
There you
perfect. Boy, that's killing me now. That name, I can't finish the story.
I'm actually going to do a run for you because you got me curious. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, there's a guest
what's going
speaker
on.
that is coming. That was a tremendous straight pole player in a day that used to hang with Alan.
Now, Kevin, on this last shot here, you think he?
A little short.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Another like 6 inches or so.
Yeah.
And
I got sidetracked by looking
That's okay.
to Al, but you don't know if the ball jumped or
Yeah.
anything like that, which slowed it down.
I don't think it did, but
Yeah, just a little short.
so now he's going to have to punch this probably with a center ball. It looks like he's going to go into the top of the stack, so that's not so bad.
Jude, everybody's leaving us, and and the bad thing is I have two people that drove that are coming in the door. I got the text in 3 seconds, so I might have to step out for about 2 minutes.
What time is it? Oh, okay.
It's 1 o'clock, but they're coming in. I paid for their entry to get in, so I just
Okay.
wanted to meet them at the door, which will take me about 10 seconds. I'll be over and back.
I can do this. I can talk all day. My
Perfect.
wife is used to hearing me talk all the time, so
Yeah, a little straighter here, so
yeah.
you know, sometimes if he's going to draw this, yeah, I like drawing it, but if you punch this, it squirts off the 6 and fouls it right in.
Ah, yeah. If he's going to hit that, then that works. Well, he's going to need that one ball to go. I think it does. Or the 13.
So, Mr. Landon, if you can reach to your left there and just press the number 7, the white button for me. And I'm going to step up.
Oh, sorry. Okay, folks. So it's just me now. So yeah, he played the 1 and did not improve the stack all that much. I'm not quite sure if that 13 ball goes. but the 10 should go. Yeah, the 10 does go. He still has a lot of work here.
Hey Jude, we're the abandoned ship, but I'm
I
back.
know. I'm the only
Well,
one here.
I actually had to go find. I actually had to go investigate who's coming, the guest speaker.
Oh, okay.
And I did find out. I'm going to let Kevin finish the story, so I'll keep you guys in a little bit of suspense out there. 44 to 50 is what they have on the charts. I'll update that.
Okay, the good news is he's out of the frying pan. Unfortunately, he's doesn't have a whole lot of options to break out this stack other than that 13 ball. The 13 ball should work.
So I'll tell you what, I guarantee you there's a lot of folks out there viewing this right now that have no idea who Mr. Putnik is. I
didn't know before either.
Yeah. You know, I seen him all over the place in action matches from the entire East Coast, like a lot of streams I do.
Oh, wow.
He happens to be in the room. He was down at Super Billiards Expo, and we went to local rooms, and he was there.
That's a critical shot here. He's going to have to come away with something. And it looks like, yep, there it goes. He's good. And the good thing is he's got that 8 ball that he can use to continue breaking this out. So he's probably going to play the 3, then maybe the 2, and then the 8. And you can use that 5 ball as insurance. There's a reasonable chance he's going to pop out one of these balls as a break shot.
He might be hard to determine what he's going to do next because he's really, I don't believe he's a straight pool player. I always see him playing banks in one pocket.
Yep, a little harder than I expected, but he got a little straight on that 8 ball too. But I think he's got the 5. Well, yeah, looks like he does have the 5. But he's running out of options on breaking out that mess. He's probably going to have to use the 11.
He had the shot.
Now this is where it gets tricky. Oh, yeah, see? Ugh.
Now, when you throw your stick on a table like that in a tournament such as this caliber, is that a foul in any case?
I don't think it is. I'm not saying it shouldn't be.
I'm just curious. I mean, I'm not going to punish. I'm not here to be a critic on anybody.
Yeah.
I just, you know.
It's definitely inappropriate behavior, and I could see how other actions similar to that could be, it could damage the equipment. You know, you could mess up the cloth, or you could just intimidate your opponent.
He doesn't know the rules of straight pool, but I guess the behavior, that really doesn't have to be explained, right?
No, there's a dress code. There's everyone's wearing vests. It's meant to look like
it is what it
a
is.
gentleman's game.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And we just got done talking about what a nice guy is.
Yeah.
In fact, Kevin, he went out to Kevin's room.
Did he get the
and
rail?
He is a nice guy.
Yeah, but that was definitely a critical shot. You know, he needed to come away with something there, and he was running out of options. And it really all boiled down to he fell too flat on that 8 ball. If he had had more angle on that 8, he would have broken out those balls better.
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree with you 100%. I think there was a question about him getting back to the rail. Do you have to leave?
In about 10 minutes, I'm going to have to go.
Well, why don't you go and get some practice and hit a couple of balls? Gee whiz, at least get a rack under your belt.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
All right?
So take care,
Jude,
folks.
thank you so much for
Not a
sitting
problem.
in.
Thank
and
you.
anytime you have a chance, it's always a pleasure. The door's wide open. Just
I'm going to go play Michael Yednak now. I'll be back in about half an hour.
with the win. Thanks, Jude.
Take care.
All right. What a pleasure having Jude Rosenstock sit in, and we're going to have the likes of more of them, as you heard from himself. I think what they're talking about was that the cue ball didn't get to the rail. I don't know where these guys are laughing. And Mr. Putnik says, "You close your eyes when I hit it."
Mr. Morgan, Mr. Kwok. Table 27, Mr. Sharma. Table 22, Mr. Hunt and Mr. Eames. Table 14, Mr. Cutman, Mr. Archer. Table 18, Mr. Magruder and Mr. Champion. Table 24, Mr. Yednak, Mr. Rosenstock. Table 19, Mr. Gomez, Mr. Finkelstein. And table
Wow, what a
Mr.
shot to
Golovkin,
come with from Warren
Mr.
Kiamco.
Dobusinski.
Tough crowd right now, but you did hear applause from Shane Van Boning, whose birthday it was yesterday, along with Torsten Holman's birthday.
That is there. It's complete.
Shane sitting dead center of the arena as you enter Steinway Billiards, home of the Hustlers. That's a television show that's on True TV. The season 1 finale is this Friday at 10 o'clock p.m.
Once again for the 130 round. Smith Masucci 15.
Well, Warren took a chance there.
Kwok 25.
Just running into the
Davis
9 ball.
Sharma, 27. Coleman Eames 22. Cohen Archer 14. Rudy Cheney 18. Nick Rosenstock 24. Gomez Finkelstein 19.
You can hear John Lehman actually calling the matches for the 130 round. What a bank shot by Mr. Kiamco. Wow. Well, Warren's going to put the whip to this cue ball. He's got to make sure he sinks this 14, though. Just enough. Caught the 2, between the 2 and the 4. He's got the shot on the 2. What a great shot. And once again, Shane Van Boning sitting in the middle. And Jason Shore now sitting beside him. Darren Appleton behind him and his father. They're all gathering together right at the, well. Corey. Looks like a tremor. Corey Dewey leaning on one of our camera mounts and didn't realize it. Talking to Bob Hewitt. What a great shot by Warren. I took my eye off the screen. Shot. Tom Carabasso checking in at the booth, says he just won his match. Congratulations. Playing the 15, he said. Corey, come on, sit over here. Come sit over here. Corey once again leaning on some of the camera equipment. They're in a deep conversation, and he's just like he's holding up the wall. Off to right here. You guys can't see it, but we can. We have a preview screen of all the live action going on all our angles, so we can see it shaking. Yeah, Warren got himself in a little bit of a predicament here. Wouldn't be the first time that he would make an 8-ball shot like this. But he's got a bridge. Let's see what he's bridging over, if over at all. He doesn't have to bridge over everything, and that's why he's taking this shot. No need to bridge over any ball, and just cut it in like you would any other shot. And you don't find many straight pool players playing that shot. And this all goes back to Warren playing all the games. Not your screen, folks. We're just trying to do some overlays. Another side pocket. Wonderful shot. Wonderful shot. Still looking for his break shot. Now, I learned how to call this from Kevin Clark. I say he shoots the 5 and bumps into the 1-4 and creating some kind of a break shot. Now looking at the possible combination. He's going to try to create a break shot out of this, I believe. Ooh, too hard. But he still has a shot on the 4. And you can hear him smack his lips. That's the microphone we have right above his head there. Sort of to say, hey, that didn't come out the way I wanted it to. But he still has the shot on the 4 ball. The reason he smacked his lips is he wanted to create the break shot. I guess he could use the 1, you know, use a side pocket break shot to get above the 1, and I'm only assuming, okay? I don't have one of those professionals in the booth right now. I could. Hunter Lombardo is actually right out in front of the booth here, and so is Corey Dool. But I'm going to assume he's going to play the 1 for a break shot into the stack. And he just took a look at it. And I believe the key ball to get to the 1, to create that angle, would be the 12, just to draw it back off it with an angle towards the middle of the table. Well, it wouldn't be the first time I was wrong. This is kind of the angle that I thought he would have as he approached the 12 ball as his key ball. To draw back for the 1 and get high on the high side for the break. But now he's gonna do that shot, and your guess is as good as mine. I guess this works for Warren. And the 10 ball come out just far enough where Warren can have the shot. And he hit it with authority. So the 130 matches are already out, except for the one that goes up on the streaming table. And we're awaiting this match to be over, and we'll have Darren Appleton and James Landrum playing right after this. Both players are going to have time. I think they have time for 1 or 2 rack practice each. And then, of course, we'll proceed with the match. 3 o'clock p.m. will be the last match that we'll have. What time that ends, I don't know. But then I believe it's 8 o'clock, we go into the free stream of the Hall of Fame inductions and the ceremony, and of course the banquet. But after Darren Appleton, the 3 o'clock match is going to be Dennis Ocolo and Corey Dool. So, great matches coming up. Take a look at the 5 balls. You got the 2, 13, 7, 8, and 4. It almost looks like a drill on the bottom left-hand side of the table as the skies open up, and to the rescue is Mr. Killer the Clock. Welcome back.
Sorry, guys. I said to Mr. Jude that I would be about 20 seconds, but there was a little issue with the parking.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And my wife is not that good on putting a vehicle in between 2 others.
Well, she doesn't know how to drift the car and just
Yeah.
come around and drift it in spot.
So I was outside running up and down Steinway Street trying to save a spot to get in. But I'm back. The score looks like 59-62.
Warren.
Mr. Warren Kiamco. And to finish my story, I know it's like about 10 minutes later, but
I didn't let anybody know who the speaker was.
yeah,
So
the person I was talking about in his day that played like a killer, he ended up, Lester Smolowitz ended up beating Petey Margot in the World Championship, and I believe it was 1982. So, okay, I like him. He has 2 options here. He can follow the 14 down about a foot or so, shoot the 9 inside to get to the 3, which I think he'll do that with the bridge now. Yeah, now he's going to just follow down and shoot the 3 in the corner. So it looks like it's going to be 9, 3, 2, 7, and then have the 13 for the break.
why wouldn't you save the 7 for the break?
It's a little bit high, and the 13 is
Okay.
just a little bit lower, and he has the angle to come into the high ball. I mean, and it's easier to pick off the 7 for your last shot. I believe he's going to shoot the 3, come down 2 ball, and just drift off the rail about 4 or 5 inches, and then shoot the 7 over in the opposite corner. It's just easier to get rid of the 7 than it is to get rid of the 13. And he came a little bit steep. So like with just what Mr. Al said here, he might have to come out to the center of the table and then shoot the 13 off, which he's going to do. And then keep the 7 like Mr. Al said.
There's no way I got lucky on this one. I did get lucky on this
Yeah,
one. Wow.
he came a little bit, he came in steeper on the 2 than he wanted to.
Okay.
There we go.
Mr. Kiamco, the runaway freight train right now. He's sending a signal to Mr. Putnik. Welcome to Straight Pool.
When I was standing up there, when I was leaving before, it looked like maybe Mr. Putnik missed a somewhat easy shot because I seen him a little in disgust
Um,
because he tossed the cue on the table. So I'm not sure what ball he missed, but I think it might
yeah, I
have been
kind of
somewhat
didn't
of
like
an
that.
easy
And
one.
I also said we just finished talking about what a nice guy he is.
Yes, I know, and I do not like that either.
Yes. But I can't mock him. I'm not going to be a critic. But
I'm going to be.
Yeah,
I'm going to go over and ask him. I'm going to say, did the cue, in a nice way, I'm going to say, Mr. Putnik, oh, I'm sorry, when you missed that shot, did the cue slip out of your hand and fall on the table? Exactly. That's the way I am about pool.
just ask very nicely like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Indirect.
And since he was in my room and I talked to him an hour yesterday, I can ask him anything he wants. No, you don't want to let him in here because he don't know nothing about pool. He's a jokester only.
Yeah, he doesn't have to talk.
We're on a professional.
He doesn't have to talk, but he can
Standard
listen.
here.
He can
Okay.
listen.
Oh, I can't talk?
You could hand signal. All right. At least you'll be able to hear
You
it.
just shut him off, and he won't even know if he's on or not.
Hey, he's on.
Okay.
He can hear himself talk.
What match are we
I
watching?
don't know who this gentleman is yet, but the door's always open at the booth.
This is Mr. Michael Cromacci. He's from my home pool room. Great friend of mine.
Michael Camachi,
Yes, sir.
welcome aboard.
It's Irish.
Yeah.
We're watching Mr. Putnik versus Mr. Warren Kiamco. And the score is 59-76. And even if we have another commentary after I throw Mike out of the booth, I'll let my wife in commentary about pool. She knows way more than Mike does.
Well, who's the blue? Which one's the blue guy?
Warren Campco, the
Yo,
gentleman at the
gentleman
table
shooting
now.
Okay.
I like him shooting the 11 here, maybe, and following through for the 5 ball. There you go. He has a couple different options. He can either shoot the 10 in the side here, or he can shoot the 5 and come into the high side of the 6, just to open up that 2-13-1.
Excuse me?
That's the mic right there on the screen, guys.
There's Mr. Mike
jokester, I
Cromacci, see
understand.
him? The jokester from my home pool room, Pro Shot Billiards. But
And one of the folks that come down to attend the banquet.
yes,
I also
very
like
nice.
him.
yeah. I mean, I'm going to state something here. It has nothing to do with pool.
That's all
But
right.
A lot of people don't know me about my daughter, which is like, I'll drop the pool stick tomorrow if I had to for her.
I would hope
And
so.
And
Gee whiz.
when I was going through a little court custody battle, and when I was working a 9-to-5 job, there would be only one person when my daughter was at like the age of 7 to even entertain to watch her for the day when something happened where I couldn't do it.
Right.
And Mr. Cromacci was the person I led to
Cool.
to look over her until I got out of work at 5 o'clock, which is I hold him to high standards when it comes to
Who needs
watching
friends
my
like that?
daughter. Yes.
Who needs friends like that?
Yeah.
Very
Okay,
nice.
so he's going to shoot the 14 here on the side and probably go down for the 4 that's on the rail, or the 15. Depends what he wants to get rid of. He can get rid of the 4 and then tap the 10 to clear the 3.
It looks like Warren is putting Mr. Putnik to sleep over here. Look at him. His eyes are just about out of it.
We should get him a pillow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. Might need one.
yeah.
See, I don't like what Mr. Al just notated on there about putting him to sleep. I like to be in the chair ready and hoping that my opponent misses. When you get in that lax state and you're sitting there like, oh, I'm probably going to lose the game, your mental focus when you get back to the table, you have to totally revert it from your passive self sitting in the chair
Right.
to now wanting to win.
The
I
way-
feel like I'm gonna shoot every shot, the next shot.
This is the first time I've seen him actually slouch like that.
Yeah.
In the whole match.
Just puts you in a little bit of bad mind state
I guess. Yeah.
for the match. You got to be ready.
It's like this is over.
Yeah.
Do they sell pillows here at Steinway?
Yeah, it's very possible. We can always get one for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Are we boring you in any way?
No, not for me. For Mr.
Mr.
Putnik.
Putnik.
Putnik. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all talking about Mr. Putnik. I'll give you a shot at him right there. That's not him.
That's not him.
He's over here, guys.
Yeah.
Warren's at the table. We got to get back.
Yes. Okay. I like it. I'm not sure if the 6 ball goes by there. But he still has a little work here. He has, I believe he came a little bit higher than he wanted to shoot the 12 on the side and come into the high side of the 2 and push the 6-1 down. And he has an outlet for the 5 ball, which you see on the bottom left-hand corner of our screen. He's going to shoot this 12 on the side.
The 5 ball down there at the bottom left.
Yeah, he's just going to run into this 2 easy. He's not going to hit him hard. There you go. So now he has a 10 for the break. And here's what I like. I like 13, 1, 6, 5, 2 on a side. That's the layout I like. 13, go to the rail. 1, 6, pocket the 5, come back to the center of the table. 2 on the side, and then 10 break. See what happens.
Oh, Shao missed Kiamco cleared his table here.
Yeah.
He'll be at 90, just needing 10 going into the next rack.
See, I'm going to make a little observation here. I don't like the 5-1 and then try to get on the 13, but that's what he's going to do, I believe. Now he's going to shoot the 1.
Or the 6 and come low on the 13. And
No,
then get
because
the 1.
he wants to stay on the left side of the table where the 6 is to get to the 2. So I believe he's going to shoot the 1. He's going to roll down about 6 to 8 inches.
There comes the bridge.
Clear off the 13. And then shoot the 6 in the corner. And then he'll have the 2 on the opposite side to get on the break for the 10. Now he wants, when he pockets a 13, he wants to get almost straight in or actually above the ball. You don't want an angle where it forces him to go up table. So he has to come off the rail about 16 inches or so. He wants to get straight on the 6. There you go. Now he's going to hit this with high right-hand English, come to the bottom rail, side rail, and then for the 2 on the opposite side. Or force it off the bottom. There you go.
Not as straight as he wanted to get, but he can still
okay.
just float it up a little bit,
Yep.
right? Score right now is 76 to 59. Warren Kiamco threatening to go to 90.
Oh, no good.
You know something? He had a shot. I think it was the rack previous to this one where he had like a bad angle. He didn't get right. And just caught the bottom of the stack so hard. He hit it so hard that the bottom ball came out, which was the 10 ball. Was the only shot that he had.
Well, this one he might, I mean, it's hard to tell from over here, but he might have to hit this with high right-hand English and go long rail, side rail, and come into the back of the pile. But I believe he's straight in.
Kev, how did you do? Did you?
I started off my first 2 matches real weak. Played Mr. Max Eberly, and he played good. He beat me the first game, and then I played, I believe the last name is Weitzberger. He played a real good game on me, beat me 100 to 79. And then in the next 4 games, I ended up squeaking through, except for the last game. I played Mr. Sean Morgan, and I ran, I believe it was 84 and out on him. So I made it to Thursday's bracket.
Uh-oh.
He juiced that cue ball, but no reward, I don't believe. The 9?
The 9 might go.
Really? If it does, he's going to get right on and shoot it. I think you're right, Mike.
Yeah, it goes.
Yeah, this match I believe is going to be over.
And